Hello, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Barovians. Uh, Thanks for coming and joining us, and we'll dive right in. The last time we were here, the group investigated the Baron's house, had a nice chat between Val and Victor. No, not a nice chat.
I can fake it.
Yeah. And then went off to the tavern to recover before proceeding for the rest of the day. So if you'd like everybody to tell me what they learned last week or in chats in between, or if you can't think of anything, then tell me with a crazy, tell me your best theory about what's going on in any particular subplot or plot.
Okay, I didn't learn this in any particular spot, but Lilina got a notebook. And I think there's something real hinky going on with Val's mentor, because in chat she mentioned him as master. Mm-hmm. And while that carries different context in character, for Lilina, it doesn't much make a difference. So she's going to be keeping an eye on that.
Oh gosh. Astrid just wants to get out of Vallaki at this point, and is very intrigued by the druid problem, and is also thinking that the hitman was not necessarily after us. Like, I don't think they were sent after us, but it doesn't stop them wanting us dead for some reason, or out of the way maybe. And yeah, she just kind of wants to leave town and leave Lady Voctor the heck alone and ignore her. That's not going to happen though, but that's what she wants to do.
Hannah learned her brother is more of a weirdo than she originally thought, and a weirdo in a bad way.
Well, so, which one?
Yes.
We already know Isaac's. So Victor, on the other hand, is her angsty baby brother, who was just angsty baby brother. Now he is, oh no, another obstacle in the family.
Also known as a murderer.
Yep. So that's something she's coming to terms with.
Would magical experimentation be manslaughter, or would it be like straight up murder?
It'd probably be involuntary manslaughter because he didn't know the first time.
Yeah.
The second time though.
Yeah.
Voluntary manslaughter.
Yeah.
Voluntary manslaughter because he knew, but he wasn't sure.
Sorry, not to derail there.
It's an important question.
Yeah, I was just wondering. So with that caveat, Val doesn't think there's going to be any justice here and thinks the investigation is fucking pointless at this point. Mm-hmm. So she's just really annoyed at all the noble families and just wants to leave. But she also wants to see Lilina yell at Lady Watcher. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I think we all want to see Lilina yell at Lady Voctor. Hannah maybe doesn't want to actually have her yell, but maybe would find it.
Oh no, I'm almost gonna let her go ham.
I mean,
she's fine.
It'll be like Lilina yelling too, where she's not yelling, but
I know Val is interested in like seeing Victor's spell book to see if there's any other wonky spells in there that he's gonna fuck up, but other than that,
if you stole the spell book, could you make use of it?
Certain things.
Steal it anyways. Get it away from him.
Anyway. Put him in baby jail.
Put him in baby
jail. Hannah has and will again.
You know?
Excuse me.
She's a menace
Yeah.
Beautiful.
with the smile.
Yeah.
Oh man. We need a patent that Hana smile.
No, it's just me. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
All right. So, I believe you guys had planned on visiting the house in which Liliana had a run-in with people with fancy masks a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
or yesterday, depending upon
Yesterday.
your in-character or out-of-character point of view. So you guys, it's right off the town square.
I pointed out.
It's just looks like somebody's house. Usually somebody who lives so close to the town square is either a merchant or has is pretty well off, or at least the person who built the house originally was pretty well off. This house doesn't really have any distinguishing characteristics, not anything that shows that they're a merchant, no store sign or anything like that.
I wonder if we shouldn't let Val take the lead and talk to the homeowner, while maybe the rest of us do a roundabout. Because I don't think that this is their like hideout, unless something is picked up from the homeowner. But they've had to have gotten in somewhere, and maybe if we follow the right path, we can see where they came from unnoticed, because it's very hard to not notice.
Is there a back door at all?
Not that I noticed,
Okay.
but I also was in one room getting pummeled.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
I can have Riga scout it out for us.
I think it might still be worth the talk though to the homeowner though too after. Just in case you pick something up off of him.
I could talk to him too. Yeah.
Either one. Both. You're both very charming.
Thank you.
What disguise are you wearing? Are you wearing Hans's?
Still Hans all day.
Hans all day.
Yep.
Shirt. Hans all day. Every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Liliana, I trust your judgment getting in. Now, do you want to take the lead?
Riga's first, maybe?
Sure.
So you're going. Are you're blah 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 blah. So you're going to go to the door first, and then the others are going to be scouting around while you do that, or are you waiting till afterwards?
I think we're gonna go. Me and Hans are gonna go to the front door and knock like polite people. Well,
I think Astrid's going to.
the others sneak around to see if there's another way in. I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, Val, let's.
Astrid's gonna try to like unobtrusively search before like full on let's sneaky sneak, but
let's say we're looking for one of our missing a child. I don't know. We need an excuse why they're going to their door.
Well, I'm not from here, obviously. So me looking for my child is not a
lost pet.
A lost cat. Yeah. Describe me as a cat.
Yes, we could be looking for our lost Liliana.
Good riddance, you little shit. Oh, sorry.
There's this cat. She's really chaotic and a little shit. And I'm looking for her.
And adorable. Come on.
Yes, definitely adorable. In a very intimidating sort of way.
Just because we came as outsiders, so I think saying that we're looking for a specific person might not work.
I agree. Good call. Okay, just want to make sure we get our story straight. So,
Sure, we're looking for our missing cat.
missing
Okay.
cat.
All right.
You may have seen her terrorizing a baker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can go ahead and knock on the door, and after a few moments, the rest of you are out of sight. Am I understanding? Okay, so the door is opened by a woman. She looks at you through the door. It's kind of half opened, she didn't open it all the way. She kind of like looks at you and says yes.
Hey, we're looking for our missing pet. We're hoping she was last seen here, so we're hoping if you had any information, you could help us out.
Like, where here and when?
In the
Of course. Okay, go ahead.
In the town square. This isn't festival day, right?
No, this is the day after.
The day after, okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon, she was around this area.
Beautiful black cat, gorgeous, lovely fur, a little bit chaotic.
And she's got these unique markings on her face.
Well, I can't say that I have seen any cats around here. I mean, that is meet your description. There's lots of stray cats, obviously, but I'm sorry that you've lost your cat. If we see it, how get a hold of you? Will it come? What's its name?
Name is Lilina.
Okay.
Yeah, she responds well to her name. She's very intelligent.
She's a very smart cat.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
She does tend to sneak into homes and, try to make a nest out of things. Maybe in your. Do you have an attic by any chance?
Have a what?
An attic.
An attic? Yes. I'll have the kids take a look.
Thank you.
Question, Derek.
Yes.
Do I recognize her?
You recognize her, just as a native. She's her joy is she's not the best at being happy.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that in her things. You think she's a merchant of some sort, but not one with a store, like some other sort of thing, but you don't recall.
Okay, second question. Do I see anything inside the house I can comment on?
It seems to be a pretty normal villager house, not poor, just pretty average. There doesn't seem to be anything that stands out to you, though.
Anything like looks like it could be homemade, or that's.
You can make something up that sounds like it could be that way. That's fine.
I'm trying to think about what that would be.
Yeah.
I have one thing to add, a little out of character, if I can, because technically it's been like a month since this event happened, but technically it was yesterday. So we as a group might not remember out of character, but in character, you might recall Lilina left a dead guy in this house.
This is true. There are no dead men in the house that you can see.
Wait.
Good to know. Good to know.
Uh-huh.
Wait, there's a dead guy? What? I don't remember this at all.
I killed somebody.
You don't remember?
Remember the lethal versus non-lethal issue?
Right.
And
It's not been a month. It's been a day. That's what
it's been a month out of character.
Yes.
So we as people may not remember, but our characters may certainly remember that I killed somebody in here yesterday.
Okay, yeah, I recall. Okay.
So the house has like this is where you can see beyond them is obviously their main area. It's a bigger house, so it has more than one room. There's looks like looks like kids have made quite a mess in here. Like, it's not, it's not, ultimate, very clean or anything like that in particular.
God, kids.
Yeah. And other than that, there's, nothing really looks super homemade except for their clothes, which everybody makes their clothes. And do we lose somebody?
We did. We
We
lost
did.
out.
Can you still
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
hear you. Your video
Okay.
is
Yeah.
There you are.
Hi.
Hey.
I don't know why that happened.
computers be like that. So Hans is probably gonna see the kid stuff and be inclined to actually back off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not noticing that, Val will say.
Fine.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, we're headed to Lady Vacher's house if you have any words for her.
No, I don't.
Can I do an insight?
Yes, obviously. You could do an insight.
And I do one too.
Sure.
I mean, because I'm really good at insight. 16, that's actually pretty good for Val.
7, excellent.
Give me 1 second here.
At least you're trying. That's all we can ask.
Anna's still just sobering up from going ham during lunch upstairs.
So Val, she seems you kind of feel like she's being very closed to you. You know what I'm saying? She's not being like happy and open and talking about, but it's hard to tell if that's just, Barovians are like that. They don't talk to people. They're usually more open about other Barovians than strangers, but you're not a local. So whether or not that's I'm hiding something or I'm just a standoffish kind of woman is hard to tell.
Okay. All right.
Hannah's still worried about the kids.
Yeah. So Val just goes, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you for, and let us know if you hear about the cat. We're staying at the
Sure.
Water Inn."
Sure, if we see your cat, we'll let you know. That was Derek laughing, not her. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I think the rest of us are doing like a once around.
okay, are you being
The house.
stealthy?
Yes.
Okay,
I'd
let's
like
get
to think so anyway.
let's
Trying
We're
to
trying.
Mhm.
not be like, look, I'm sneaking, but like trying to be like, no,
Casual.
I totally
sneaking.
casually belong in the between these houses. Yeah.
casual sneaking. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my
Don't
notebook
be
out. I'm a city
suspicious.
inspector.
Don't be.
You look just like one too.
Yes.
So go ahead and give me a stealth roll and a perception roll, guys,
A stealth roll
Oh.
and what?
and a perception roll.
Oh, okay.
If you insist.
I do.
That's a natural one for the stealth.
Okay, let's go.
I got 16 stealth and 20 perception.
So that's a 5 total
Okay, that's cocked.
for the stealth, and then perception.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Perception 17.
Mhm. Keely, have you thought about buying Heather some dice too?
I got a 14 stealth.
Uh-huh.
I will take any dice. I love dice. Hi, Zippy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That would be a 6 perception.
Okay.
So Everett's really focused on being stealthy, and Ash is really focused on looking around.
We're like the Three Stooges over here. What the hell?
Yeah.
Accurate.
So you go around like one side, and in the backyard there's a couple of kids playing.
Mhm.
It's not a yard. It's a, small area. There's some greenery. There's some plants there. But it's not a huge yard or anything like that. Basically, they are busy. One girl is trying to wrestle the other girl, and I mean that in a serious wrestling kind of way, and is has advantage because the younger girl has pigtails. And they're basically fighting them like little kids do. But if you go around the corner, you'll probably be seen. But you can also see from here that there is a back door to the house.
Okay. Does the back
there-
door lead into the yard or into an alley? Or...
Yeah, but it's a yard, but it's not like it's fenced or anything.
Okay.
There's some rows of plants, like an herb garden, and a small patch of greenery. But beyond that, there's other houses, kind of thing.
We shouldn't mess with there being children around.
Astrid's like stops mid-step.
We can come back at night.
That's
Maybe not tonight, but a night. All right, let's go back. Sorry, Astrid.
I don't want to come back.
We don't ever have to come back. If we go tell Lady Voctor what's on my mind, I'm sure we don't ever have to deal with it again, but
I know that we ordered the armor yesterday for Bo, but is it ready today?
Yeah.
We
decided that you guys got it before the festival.
Okay, good.
So
Okay. Gotcha.
and wave bows.
We literally don't have to come back anyway.
We don't really have to.
Until we decide to help Hana take over her hometown.
What if I want to see my brother?
Oh, I do. On our way back to the front, I want to just mention I do want to talk to Danika and Muriel. I think they and the other, of course, discuss it with the others. But I think they can handle the Victor situation.
Oh, that much trust, huh?
They trust us with quite a bit.
I trust them to attempt. I don't know if they would be able to, but I don't see.
I trust them to come up with a better idea than burning their house down.
That is fair. Yes.
Does Hana hear this?
Brainstorm ideas.
No.
You're not here.
You're not miles away.
You want to hang out with Isaac, though? I'm sure if you sent him an invitation, that he would show up.
Yeah,
You know what? You're entirely right.
Yeah. I bet if we invited him to the winery, he would say, as long as I get back by tonight.
Or bribe him with a bottle of wine and he'll stay longer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That
As
would
soon
be
as I get
fun.
access
It'd be
to,
family bonding, inter-family bonding. I think that's a good idea for Hana.
Clerics get like the sending spell, right?
I think so, yeah.
At some point, yeah.
I can just call him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Brother, I need you.
Brother.
Both your siblings need you. Come help.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Family drama.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi,
the cat's
Val
probably
and
the
Hana.
bag
Hans.
At that point.
Okay.
We're
The
back.
house is not this big. Walking to the front.
Okay, you guys are back together then?
Yeah. So there was children in the backyard, but there is a back door and it's pretty open, so they could have really come in from anywhere.
Well, the lady we spoke to, we didn't get much information out of her, but she could be involved. And
So she didn't seem like she found a body in her living room yesterday?
not that I could tell.
Not really. She was kind of, I don't know, typical Barovian coldness, I guess.
Yeah, Muriel might have cleaned it up too before they got home. As we're walking, should we go see Lady Voctor just to tell her to buzz off?
If you would like to, Lena, you can. I will not stop you. If you want to give her a word,
I think in this particular situation, actually, no word is better than words.
possibly.
I think my statement will be said with our lack of response to her letter.
That's a good
see
point.
any repercussions of just leaving?
I mean, her men tried to kill me. If she wants repercussions, I could kill more of her men.
Well, what makes me nervous is that she knows who I am.
True.
Um,
So it's more of a dual decision rather than just me.
I'm actually not as concerned about that, but only because my father will be even more suspicious of her.
Yeah, you're right. Like, if she goes around saying, oh, I know Hana's alive, he'll be like, oh, bullshit, you killed her.
Or that, you took her or whatever.
Yeah.
Which does seem to kind of be what he thinks she could be responsible for my disappearance, which is funny. But
that is something we could use in hushed tones. That's something we could use for later if we feel like she is out of control.
I'm
So
curious what her explanation was going to be if we were to talk to her.
I am too.
It's strange like she knows that her people attacked you, admitted it, and then invited you over for tea. I think there is a story here that I am interested in hearing.
Lena, you just stepped into the home, right, when everything was happening?
I think I spooked them. I definitely think I scared them and threw them off, and or they didn't know not to do that.
Right. That's what I'm wondering about. Which is kind of why I'm not as pressed to go and.
If she really wanted us dead, we stay in the same inn every time we're here. We stay in the same rooms every time we're here. If she wanted us dead, we wouldn't have woken up this morning.
Absolutely. And obviously she has people around that I'm not even aware of. So, but Lena, this has more to do with you, so I'm going to defer to what you are most comfortable with.
I am more worried about what's going on in the woods than what is happening in Palaki. We can come back and handle this later this week.
Asher finally perks up and is like, "Are we leaving?"
I don't see why not, but I wanna bring this up, Hana. What would you think of me mentioning Victor's situation to Danika and Muriel?
I think that would be fine. I think Danika is has a lot of secrets, but has people's best interests in mind.
She's the only one in this town that doesn't ever consider murdering us on a daily basis.
I think in other people's defense, I think a lot of that murderous tendencies comes from fear, not maliciousness.
Well, she doesn't seem afraid of us either.
No, correct. Which both scares me and entices me. So
I'm more intrigued by it than fearful.
I agree. I think you could tell her. I do wonder what my father would do if he found out what Victor was doing. There's a chance he might not do anything at all, or he might get angry at us because he will dispose of anyone who is no longer of use to him.
Right. Perhaps he turns it on us and says, "That's not right. You're one of her people." Point it back at us, type of thing.
However, I also think that in his madness, he does try and do what he thinks is the right thing to do.
Sometimes I think the right thing is burning houses down, but apparently I'm wrong.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna go to my notebook.
Don't worry about that. I talked her out of it. But so is there any chance that he's watching what we're doing? Because we did say we were going to talk to Lady Watcher today.
I'll take a glance around. Do I see any familiar faces now?
Give me a perception roll. Actually, give me an investigation roll, even better than that, because you can
Can I
see
give
lots
guidance?
of people. You can cast guidance, so you can cast a spell in front of the general public of Valaki.
Like, how big of a spell is guidance
It's a
really?
cantrip.
Is it
It's
verbal,
still a spell.
static?
Yeah.
It still has things. people
Anybody who
notice.
watches you will know that you're casting a spell.
I could go be
Fine.
an
I won't-
elephant.
I won't do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's
All
not better.
You don't see anybody who seems to be like acting oddly or one of those people you knew was in your father's pocket. It just
Okay.
seems like a bunch of normal Valakians going about their day, smiling at everybody.
I don't think there's anyone around right now. You do have a point though. We did tell him we were going there, and also we need to keep in mind what Victor did to Stella was awful. So
We still don't know exactly how he did that. That has got to be in that spell book.
well, she thinks she's a cat,
And he has a fondness of cats.
Does he? Or does he just like. Anyway.
It doesn't.
Or does he just like
Regardless-
bony things that walk on four paws and have big tails and act like
Regardless, I
bitches?
They're
feel
not really cats
awful
anymore.
about what happened to Stella. I genuinely, that's terrible. And the servants, and if we tell Lady Voctor what we found, he might know it's us. On the other hand, she might make his life a lot more difficult.
I feel like a lot of our decisions depend on whether or not we want to come back.
Right, but also like let's put them on a scale. Lady Voctor, the Baron. Which one do we hold in higher esteem at the moment?
Not.
The Mardikovs.
That wasn't an option. This isn't that kind of seesaw.
Danika.
Look,
Same response.
I don't think there's any actual justice to be had in this town. I think we could just in case we want to come back, we can stop in the Lady of Watchers on the way out. We don't need to tell her anything. She doesn't need to know what we found.
Yeah, and if anybody is watching, we'll at least have gone in there.
Yeah. That's kind of just go in, stay for like 10 minutes, tell her, hey, why do you have creepy people with masks attacking us?
Yeah. And maybe when we come out, we go, oh gosh, we didn't learn anything about the missing people, and just act like, oh goodness. It's
Yeah.
so much.
Investigation is
We
so
need to
hard.
go out of town.
Yeah,
For days, maybe.
Investigation is leading us far away from here.
So far out of
Far
town.
away.
God. We just,
Well, he has a little interest of what happens outside the walls, so I don't think he'll care too much. But
okay.
But
I
we
think-
told him it might lead us out
Right.
of town. So,
and
Buy
he's
us
not going
time,
to follow
too.
us, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay, so in and then Lady Voctor's and then leave.
I just got 2 packages on a Sunday night. I'm confused.
Amazon works all the time.
Apparently. Sorry. It's like, who's
Um,
knocking on my door? Okay.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
surprised to get a package on a Friday before 7 a.m.
So in is before Lady Voctor's,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
right?
It
Like
doesn't- yeah.
distance, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go to the inn.
The whole town
Again,
doesn't take very
even though we
long.
just
Let's go
left
back
the
to the inn.
yeah.
I think
Okay.
it makes sense for us to leave after seeing
And
the
also
Lady
to let
Watcher.
them know. I think it's
Yeah.
very
we
important if
should
we ever
leave-
do come or leave that we let Danika know either way.
Sure.
Okay. I'm not going to bother to change the map for that. So, but you head back towards the inn. It's again still full of people. You don't see Muriel, but you do see Danika.
Danika, can we speak with you in a side room for a moment?
Oh, we should give her our keys.
Keys, can we
Oh.
speak with you?
Yeah. Okay.
Just for a
Erwin,
moment. It won't be
Erwin,
long.
come man the bar. Erwin comes out. It's like, ugh.
Erwin.
Okay. They give each other a look. Anyway, and then Danika brings you guys back into the kitchen. It smells really good back here.
It smells great back here. We as a group have decided to let you in on a secret of ours, since you let us in on a secret of yours.
I appreciate that.
Do you recall the Baron having 2 missing people?
Yeah, I've heard that. That story.
It is our belief and our understanding that Victor tested a transportation circle spell on them, and they are no longer living.
Are we in the middle of the tavern? Did we?
No,
step
we're in the
outside?
kitchen.
You're in the kitchen.
We're in the kitchen.
Okay, I missed
Yeah.
that. I was
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
I
It
heard
smells very good.
outside, but I didn't hear it.
I don't care if the
I was
whole
like,
town knows. Luna doesn't care, but I'm sure some people in
So
this group do.
Val like can't contain herself and goes teleportation, not transportation.
The only time we've ever seen Val have like a knee jerk. No.
Thank you, Val.
I apologize
Reflected in
for
different-
my insolence.
That makes-
Teleportation.
Yeah, that
Oh,
also makes Danika
actually.
laugh. So she says, "Well, that is surprising, but not. It does explain the purple lights. People
Purple
have
lights?
seen, yeah, people have seen purple lights coming out of the attic of the Burgomaster's mansion.
He
Maybe we
did
could build
mention
a
that
map.
when I talked to him that it went
Mhm.
purple, but the spell it's not correct, and he didn't say it, but it sounds like he inadvertently killed them.
That's unfortunate.
We're in a position with that family where we are unable to disclose that information, as nothing will be done about it, or we will be disposed of for saying it.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, I mean, okay, there's a plan 3 as well that we're not sure of.
So what you're saying is, your question is, tell me if I'm wrong here. Do I think that anything would happen if you told the Baron about that?
We just don't want anyone else hurt, but we are in a position that we can't really handle that in a way that wouldn't expose us for playing all the sides.
I don't think that Baron would actually do anything about it. He would just try to cover it up.
Or he wouldn't even believe us in the first place.
Yeah, or he'd hang us for being witches. I don't really know exactly how
Wow.
that would pan out, but I do not expect actual justice if he was told what his son did. Especially since we don't have any solid
Proof?
evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say. I will. We'll see if we can make sure that the other servants who work for him are aware that Victor may be dangerous. We can do that. Advice would be, first of all, neither Erwin or I like to get involved in the politics of this town, because there's a no-win situation for us. And we try to look at it at the broader scale of the Valley of Barovia. So, but my advice is, if you wanted to do something about it and you were unable or unwilling to do something personally, that you're going to need to find proof. Because you could probably accuse anybody else in this town of such things and they would be arrested without a problem. But but I agree with your thing that they do. But I also think that if you have proof and you're ready to say, and she looks at Emmerich Isaac, then something could happen. If that's what you were interested in doing.
What if? Never mind.
What if we had the spell book? Is that enough proof?
Maybe. I don't know that either of them would know what that is.
I think we would have to have the Baron find his son with the spellbook. For
We
him
could
to
just-
What
actually
if we?
Take his door off his hinges. I've always wanted to do that.
I think the problem comes from the Baron seems to mistrust magic.
Of course.
Of course.
Most
You know-
Barovians do.
Yeah, and if I was to say, "Oh, hey, I know magic, so I read this book and I figured this out, put two to two together," it would be
A bigger
Not good.
issue for us than his son.
He's not
Yeah.
unfamiliar with magic.
Would he know what a teleportation circle is?
No.
Still think it's transportation.
No, it's definitely not. It's
I've
definitely
heard-
teleportation.
I've heard it both ways.
Val does not believe you. She's just like, no.
Stubborn
Check.
Stubborn Luna is stubborn.
Mhm. So,
Hmm.
I forgot what I was going to say as DM here. So, what did you last say? Oh, you asked if the Baron would know what a spell is, and she says, I don't think so. But I also think you're right in that he is probably would not be happy with the spell being cast, and this is conjecture. I think that his I don't know that he cares enough about his family to protect them over order in the town. But I could be wrong.
So
So
I
this
would
just
say
brings
the-
us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said, as opposed to Lady Voctor, who's the opposite, who cares more about her family than anything that happens to this town.
That's okay. I guess I thought like because his own son would be breaking his own rules,
Mhm.
that he would try to cover that up because that makes him look worse in the eyes of the public. And Lady Votcher's trying to make a play right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I pictured him covering it up more, but I mean, you live in this town, so you would know way more than I do. So
I think, in my experience, does Danika do anything when she specifically says "my experience"?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
Evening.
That.
In other words, if Danika knows
Yeah.
that Hannah is Hannah, she does not show that.
Okay, that's fine. Hannah's gonna hope that's the case. And and I think in my experience, even perhaps if we anger him or he he might not do anything, I think he might at the very least keep a closer eye on him. Because what we need to do is really, it's not so much about punishment, it's about making sure he doesn't do this to another person.
Right.
Because he's not someone who's gonna learn. You can't teach people to care about other people. So
what if we leave it at this? Danika, if you can let the other two servants, the new two, know to steer clear of Victor, we continue on our plan, and perhaps with time something will come to us that we can actually do something about it. Perhaps with a bit more knowledge, a bit more information, a bit more power, we might be able to actually make a difference.
That's my hope.
Slight smile.
So I smile back.
It sounds like there's not much more we can do here.
No.
We appreciate you letting them know, Danika.
Yes, thank you.
We will.
At least even if we can't solve
You understand though that we don't.
it.
We tell people who tell people who tell people, right? We don't.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking
It's-
of grapevines, I think we plan to go to the winery tonight. So
Excellent. Please let us know what you find, and bring back some wine if you have, if there's any left.
Yeah, there's any left.
Hmm.
Astra just smirks and goes, no promises. But in a very like same like playful way of like, I might drink it. Or Hana might drink it.
Yeah, especially after that statement. Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Doesn't care about his family.
I'm not sure when we'll.
Fine.
I'm not sure when we'll be back, Danika, but we hopefully will be back at some point. Sorry, Astrid.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll just. She looks at Danika while she says, and she goes, "I'll just visit my family instead of coming back." All right, I'll come back.
Yes, you will.
Danik says, I'm sure that they're as worried about the winery as we are. Because the winery does deliver your family wine as well.
I don't think Astrid had put that together yet.
Ding dong.
Mhm.
All right, Lady Voctors.
All right.
Honey.
We're not staying for. I look at everybody. We're not staying for tea.
No.
No tea.
No, I'm sorry.
he looks so sad at that. No tea.
Like you even take your mask off in front of her.
I've already done it. So
In town, might as well just own it.
Yeah.
like she's already seen it.
Oh wait, has she?
We ate a meal with her.
Oh yeah, she was.
I thought you
spooked.
sat there.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh my god, the memory is so
she
bad.
kept pressing it, so I looked her dead in the face and took it off.
If I recall, she wasn't too shocked, and that's when she started talking about
Mm.
Stella.
Right. Okay, that's Rachel being dumb.
It's okay. I'm not a dumb dumb.
It's fine. Even in game, it's been a couple weeks.
I think it's been like a couple months for that. Event,
Really?
right?
I don't think we've
No.
been
It's been a
for
couple weeks.
months.
The first
Like
time
two?
we talked to Lady Watcher, it was a
Out-
while
Maybe like
ago.
like
Out
2
of
weeks.
character. It's
Yeah,
been
out of
months.
character. Out of
Oh,
character.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
In character, I don't know that
Last
we've
week.
been together a month.
No,
We haven't.
we haven't.
We're still at the beginning. Almost a year later, we're still at the beginning.
All right. Beeline. Lady Voctors.
All right.
We're just zipping through this town. Get shit done.
Yeah, let's get out. Let's go. Let's be done.
Glad I convinced you guys to go. I felt bad because Derek was like, "I'll be prepared for it," and then you're all like, "Let's just leave."
Yeah.
That's how it
The
usually
first
goes,
time.
though, right? That's how all D&D groups go. We're like, yeah, we're gonna go do this thing. Nah.
I bet you that's not the first time we've done that, and it will not be the last.
A DM's carefully crafted adventure never survives exposure to the players.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
100% true.
Not once.
But like, say, if you went to the castle right now, I probably wouldn't be ready for that.
Okay,
Really?
so-
Like we
That was our next
would.
stop.
we told you tower. We meant castle. I don't know why.
All right. You have made your way to the Voctor house.
I'm gonna before we get there, I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself.
Okay.
Ooh, never mind.
Hmm?
Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then
I was gonna do it for
I'm not-
wisdom to check her, but I want the spell slots. So
Yeah. All right.
Knock.
Knock,
Okay.
knock. Open
So
up
we're
the
here.
door.
So you guys are going to go over to the door?
break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll knock
Okay. Okay.
with our hands.
Astra's gonna stay at the back and kind of also be keeping an eye out around mainly looking for. She's not gonna find any, but mainly looking for random people in masks. She's just like paranoid. She does not trust this.
Okay. You don't see any random people in masks.
Yeah.
When you get to the door, Halik the valet, excuse me. Sorry, I'm congested a little bit.
I just pictured that's how Lady Proctor opened the door.
That
she's
was
fine.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Halik the valet opens a little shh to look at you and says, "Oh, you're expected. I'll fetch the lady doctor." Shh. After a moment, then he opens the door and he says, "Please have a seat in the lounge, and Lady Doctor will join you shortly."
All right. Thank you.
Not be sitting.
You guys can all move your tokens there if you'd like.
Oh, yes. So,
I think
Wow.
still loading.
Right here, right?
oh,
Yes.
Roll 20s for
Mhm.
six.
Wait, where are we going?
To the left.
It's
The
not letting
doors.
me in. It's not letting me in.
There
I'm
we
in
go.
the house.
Wrong one. Go another door forward,
If somebody
like
can put me
here.
in a place where I look like I'm in power,
and then you can get head in.
but
There
not
you go.
sitting.
There you go.
You look like you got stuck in the closet there, Astrid. It's okay.
That's fine.
No, not again.
Hana will get her. It's all right.
Sorry.
Billy will watch. It's fine.
Bar to the rescue.
Astrid's not stuck in the closet. She just doesn't know that it is one.
Same.
What are these barriers?
Would you guys like me to cough or read the description of the room again?
Both at the same time.
Yes.
That was the description of the room.
Fantastic.
It's just as ugly as I remember.
Do you remember it?
Sorry, I got to scroll down here a little bit.
Is there anything Hans
Okay.
knows that annoys her, like from what Nikolai might have complained or anything like that?
Huh.
Good.
Like
We're good.
the crooked
Uh-oh.
paintings.
Heather, we lost your video again.
Damn it.
Hans is gonna go around and just
There you are.
gently
Welcome back.
offset each each painting in the room.
Okay.
Astrid's not gonna sit. She
What
doesn't
you would have
feel-
learned from Nikolai is that they have long ago stopped pranking their mother. It
Perfect.
wasn't a good thing.
Perfect.
Is there a fireplace in this room?
Yes.
I'm gonna stand next to it with the dead body bag on the hip closest to the fire. So it smells like a nice warm decomposing body in here.
Okay.
We are doing so great if this person's actually supposed to be helpful.
I almost died. Well,
I know.
a little bit.
Astrid's-
Not
Astrid's
really,
not
but like
gonna
I
sit.
had it, but like
She's gonna try and casually lean up against the wall.
Mhm.
She ain't gonna actually. She's gonna look antsy
Okay.
because the
And like a
longer we're
standing in a
here,
corner.
antsy pantsy.
the less okay she is.
So here are three elegant couches surround an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs the portrait of a smirking nobleman sporting a broken nose and a tangle of hair graying at the temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the north wall. You guys know that, of course, that was her late husband, who was a nice guy, as
I'm
far as
sure.
Hannah knows.
Mhm.
They all are. All the dead ones are.
So you guys have a couple minutes before she arrives. So if you want to talk,
I want to like take a peek behind the painting.
Oh man,
Is there
okay.
anything behind the painting?
we found his cash.
Yeah, there's a wall behind the painting.
Derek,
All right.
that's not what I meant.
Well, that's what you find.
Damn it.
Anything behind the couches?
Oh,
You found a
Crap.
copper piece.
I'm putting that in my inventory.
Find a penny,
Okay.
pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck.
Yeah.
What if we chuck it in her
God, I
face?
hope.
Is that good luck?
Okay, what are we telling her? What are we
I just want to
Nothing.
listen. I want to
want to
listen.
listen to her? What? Oh, good idea.
Yeah, I don't want to tell her anything.
I want to know her explanation, and I want to see if she'll tell us why they were there.
Wanna know what love is?
I want to know what love is.
I can show you.
Oh my.
When did this get out of character?
It's not. It's always been in character.
Is that better? Oh God. Okay. Now that I'm
Astrid.
blushing. Shit.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Okay. After a couple minutes, then Lady Vector comes from this direction over here and says, "Thank you all for visiting so promptly. I very much appreciate it. I'm again terribly sorry about the accident that happened to you, dear Elena."
Accident.
Hmm.
Can I insight check that? I want to know
Sure.
how sincere she is about the accident specifically.
Can I give her advantage on the? You can't. Can you?
What on insight?
Insight. Yeah. You can't help someone's brain. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
this situation.
I rolled a 9 and my cat's in front of my stats, but I think it's a +3. Let me check.
Mhm.
Here, Zippy, let me move your back for like 10 seconds. Thank you. Yeah, +3, so 12.
Okay, so Lady Vector is very good at not showing her true emotions, but you think that she honestly did feel bad, as far as you can tell.
She seems more sincere rather than less.
Yeah,
or
though
whatever.
it's again hard to tell with her very much. And she brings out a small bag, and she hands it to Elena. "Please, for your trouble,
I pick it up. What's in it?
coins."
I just hold the bag in my hand and just kind of stare at it. I think the biggest issue I have, Lady Vector, is that I want to know that it was an accident.
It most certainly was. Definitely an accident. They were not waiting. Well, let's say they weren't the brightest of boys, and you surprised them.
I imagine you have more people that dress such as that.
I found the, shall I say, the eccentric outfit tends to distract from, when one is trying to conceal one's identities. Of course, in a city such as this, a village such as this, where the town guard run things with an iron fist. Sometimes when you're doing things, you have to keep a low profile, and sometimes you have to distract. And in this
The
case,
mask is
it's distracting. Indeed.
What is the purpose of them?
We're waiting to see if something unfortunate might happen to Isaac, and if it did, we would, take advantage of that situation.
You were waiting for something to happen to Isaac.
Well, you did promise you were going to come back on for the festival, and we had discussed previously how advantageous it would be to me if Isaac was not present. So, just in case.
She chuckles and goes, "So you were waiting on us. We just didn't deliver."
Well, perhaps.
Can Astrid do an insight on Emmerich right now? For his
Sure.
For his do you need me to roll it, or can I?
No,
your
I mean
face
you
doing?
probably know him best out of the whole group.
No.
So he's definitely he narrowed his eyes and he kind of stiffened a little bit. like, oh, she wanted us to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's not paying attention to you. He's trying to gauge if, like, she, caught the whole spectacle of Isaac declaring himself Emmerich's brother.
Mhm.
Or if there's any reaction towards Emmerich when she says this shit.
No,
Okay.
unless you want to write oral insight.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay.
Hey. Okay. Ooh, that's a 15 plus 5, so that's a dirty 20.
Ooh, way better.
Again, she is very good at hiding what she means or what her true feelings are behind things. But you get the impression that she might know. She might be aware.
She might be aware, like the whole fucking town is.
Yeah.
There's
that,
a slim
like,
possibility.
but she does not intentionally. She intentionally does not look at Emmerich in the situation. Right.
So he does kind of like straighten up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He kind of goes a little more rigid, like he's paying a bit more attention. Because I don't think anyone clocked that we were supposed to be, ending Isaac, Lady Doctor.
Yeah, no.
Or if she had made that suggestion, we didn't agree, and so we just kind of made it not an option until other than that Hana already wants him dead.
Hannah hasn't explicitly said that, I don't think. And she did imply that she wants to help Hana overthrow them, but never explicitly used.
Well, she implied that, and then said the thing that keeps him in power is Isaac.
Right, yeah.
So we really just need Isaac to run away with Emmerich. There we go.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I mean, everyone also already saw, like, Isaac go against the Baron in front of everyone.
Oh, well, Emmerich, it's only a matter of time. Wait.
Back in character. If I
Back in
can.
character. Okay.
Lady Vector, I feel like we took a step forward and now we've taken a step back. I am sure you understand our concern and our wariness of the situation and relationship that we have now. While you say it was by surprise, we can tend to agree or disagree on that. But I feel like we are at an impasse on that and may need to have time to cool down.
I understand. I would like to mention that if I was the sort of person who would have friends who worked against, a group such as yours, they would have done a better job if it wasn't an accident. And that you did enter where they were. They did not come after you.
Speaking of which, I think some brownie points may be earned. If we knew about who owned that house, are they...
They're friends of ours.
I figured, because nobody acts that cool after finding a body in their home.
We took care of it before their kids came home.
I figured.
Good.
Well, we will be leaving town for an undisclosed amount of time. Just to let you know, as an olive branch from us to you.
I appreciate that. And believe me, I understand. And here she looks at Emmerich and then back to that. Actually, she looks at Emmerich and she looks at Hans. And then she looks back to Elena and says, I understand if one has to weigh one's options as to how to proceed. That's a perfectly normal thing. We all have to do that.
I'm sure you of all people understand that.
I do. But I hope that our relations continue to be positive for all of us.
Well, I look at everybody else. I think this was a pleasant conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We should go.
Not to cut it short, but I think we should leave before it gets too late in the day.
Emmerich is the first one to start walking out.
Yep. Han's right behind him. Just fuck this shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be last and just be watching her, less like, but more just like seeing if I can just read anything else. I'm not going to be able to, but just see if I can.
Give me an insight check.
No, that's a 1.
Okay.
It's a great week, guys. I'm
Love
rolling
the
so well.
Pillsbury laugh first.
Val, unable to not be polite, actually curtsies before she leaves.
Yay, Val.
Thank you.
She appreciates that, obviously.
Ash will give her like a slight nod of the head when she finally pushes off against the wall and walks out. But she's not gonna do a full bow or anything.
How much money do I think is in the bag?
There are about 10 coins in there.
I
You don't know what
peek.
kind. They're gold.
Okay. Time to leave town? Is
Please.
everybody ready? On the way out, I look for a rather unfortunate child,
We get Bo.
and I give them the bag of money.
Wow. Okay.
Let's drop it
That's
off at
good
the
to know.
orphanage.
That's very inspiring, I must say.
Honey.
You just find a random kid on the street, or do you go somewhere and drop it off?
No, I'll give it to whatever child looks like they're hungry.
Well, there are in fact people collecting money, kids collecting money for the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
So in town.
Whatever
Yeah,
first
right.
child I see.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it to the orphans.
The ones that I had wowed the day before by accident.
All right. So let's take a short, 10-minute break, and we will come back with outside the city of Milwaukee.
Yay!
Hey.
Finally.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
All right, be right back.
It
All right.
only took us 2 weeks to get here.
Today's episode of Oops All Barovians is brought to you by So Nerdwear. It's what the nerds wear. Print-on-demand clothing and accessories for tabletop nerds everywhere. Use the discount code STRAD for 10% off your order at sonerdwear.com. That's SONERDWEAR.com. It's what the nerds wear.
Hey, we're back. Thanks for your patience. Or if you fast forwarded between there and now, that's great. Good job. Okay. While you weren't looking, the party has exited the town of Vallaki with the guards not paying any attention to you leaving.
Great.
Perks of having a brother.
Mhm. You are now outside Vallaki, and you would like to be on your way. I
So-
assume.
Yeah.
We need to stop at the Astro, what was
windmill.
Right.
Yep. It's on the way, so it works out.
Yes.
All right, so I don't remember what this map looks like to you guys, if it's all open or not, but
It's a bunch of pieces.
it's a bunch of pieces. Okay,
My roll 20 is booting, so
okay,
it looks perfect to me.
thank you. So you'll want to head down this direction towards that as soon as Heather is back.
Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I got the map of Barovia memorized. I know where we're going.
Good point.
I think Astrid leads the
Okay.
way.
I actually have a description to read for you guys as you reach that crossroads there where Astrid is. The road comes to an X intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snap wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. I think one of you tried to fix this before, but it's fallen apart again. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby. But you're pretty sure that the Old Falls Road itself continues to the southwest. From this crossroads, there's kind of a trail up into the woods to the north, and also what used to be the road to Berez to the south along the river.
And that's the Luna River, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the Luna River, yeah.
Oh wait, so is the one we're crossing right now Luna River?
Yeah, you crossed the Luna River, yes.
Is there any haythorn bushes nearby?
Sure, yes.
All right. I need
How many
some-
more
check.
ingredients do we need?
After the haythorn bark that has been soaked in water from the Luna River for 8 days.
Oh, we can definitely have a.
I'm
sure
I was
I've got-
just like put it in like a container from the water. Can I do that, Derek?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, Val will just be like, I see that one moment, and she'll just start taking some bark off of these bushes and putting it in a container and then filling that with water from the river. The only thing I need now is, a glass vial created by a man pure of heart. I'm sure we'll find that easily.
Oh, that'll be nice and.
A man pure of heart.
Why not?
And Mark, how are you good at glass blowing?
What?
What?
I think it's just important that the father believes that it was made from someone pure of heart. So I don't think it, if such a person exists. I don't think so. So
Magic involved. I don't know. Anyways.
In this part of the forest, wolves do howl during the day, and you can hear them in the distance.
What are they saying?
Hey, we're over here. Where
Y'all
are
need something
you?
to talk about. I would respond, but I think people in my party would be upset with me.
There's no one around? Go for it.
Okay, I respond.
Okay.
Hello.
There's silence in response.
Oh, don't bother us, especially not at night.
Okay.
Is it keep going this way to go down to the tower?
It goes down this way.
Yeah, when Val hears the wolf, she kind of gets closer to the horse.
Uh-huh.
Since a pack almost killed her. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not stray super far ahead.
Okay. Probably a good idea.
But I am gonna take the lead and keep my eye out and make sure we all get there safely.
So we're just meeting Rictavio at this windmill, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a windmill. It's a tower.
Oh, the
Tower.
tower. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm familiar with windmill. We don't want to go there.
It's on Lake
This is not the
Marathon.
no windmill.
All right. Val, do you need help moving your token?
No, sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. I'm going to move
Where's
the
Hannah?
camera. She's hiding.
Just popped my shoulder.
She's hiding under bow.
I was
Yeah.
under bow. I am not. I am gone.
Oh no.
No, you are under bow,
Oh, now I am.
which is not the proper way to ride a horse, by the way.
No, I mean, no.
You gotta give him a break.
I mean, yeah.
Oh man, I've been doing it wrong all these years.
Well, no, I'm just going to do that one.
Jesus.
Abort.
Abort.
All
All right.
Son
And
alone.
then the what?
You said you leave my son alone.
Oh.
Bo is innocent. Bo must be protected.
Mhm.
Any path that goes between us and Perez, I put myself between it.
Mhm. Okay. That's
Am I
fair.
going the right way? Shoot.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Okay. So when you reach down here, this is the crossroads that you guys know goes up to the haunted mansion on the bluff in the Dread Mountains.
Hmm. Another haunted mansion.
Not a haunted mansion we're going to visit.
Oh.
I don't think, right? No.
I mean, if you want to, eventually.
Eventually, not right now.
Why not?
Reasons.
Reasons.
Okay.
I thought you said raisins.
Could be that
Reasons.
too.
Yeah.
We
Could
don't
be.
need raisins right now.
If we wanted raisins, we can just
No.
go to the winery
I got
for a handful of grapes. Set it out.
I got
That's
cinnamon
the
toast
issue.
crunch, not raisin bran.
Oh boy.
I would like Elena to give me a perception roll.
Oh no.
17.
Okay. When you're walking along this trail, at one point you notice in the distance a bunch, it's like in the distance, like in the woods, like some sort of like a bunch of flies flying around, like they would over a carcass, or something like that.
I don't draw attention to it.
Okay.
For Tavio.
It's his body.
We get to the tower and we're like, where is he?
Oh no.
And it was like, I don't know what.
Dibs on the cat.
Okay, I'm fine. So you reach to this point here where a trail moves to the northeast, and that's the trail towards the tower.
Is that swarm of flies following us?
This one over
No.
how?
Oh.
I'll grab him. Sorry.
I got him.
Am I needing to follow up the river?
Right here
Up here. Okay.
is where we're going.
Ah, there's the tower. Okay, cool.
Of Babylon.
Everyone start speaking your languages that aren't the Balak.
Guess what, guys? I have a handout.
Yeah. Handout. Ooh, that's spoopy.
Ooh.
What a lovely
That's not a
tower
very big tower.
you're staying in, sir. Needs a little repairs.
There's a hole.
I forget, did he simply know of this tower, or is this like his place to go back to consistently? Or did he not tell us?
He did not tell you guys that.
Okay.
Is it really lit up?
It doesn't look
Yes.
structurally sound.
Yes, there really is a light from the top, and
And that is his wagon.
yes, that is his wagon there. The Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And oh, I should read a description too. That's really helpful. You come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Part near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is Rictavio's Carnival wagon.
I think as they approach, with the lights being lit and everything, Astra's just gonna call up and just be like, "Did you make it alive?"
I'm going to answer that in a second, but first I need to ask Rachel, is Hana wearing a disguise?
I
Is she still
don't
wearing
think she
Han's?
would have spent the time to take it off on the trail because there'd
Okay.
be no privacy.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so she's still Hans.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So there's a moment, and you hear a voice from the top that says, "One moment." And
I hope that is not you determining whether or not you're alive.
just don't touch the door.
All right.
Said
I
door.
put my hand on it.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
It's like, I go like I'm gonna, and then I'm like,
Maybe not. Maybe not touchy.
I don't know what kind of magic he does.
Okay.
Doesn't he?
Let's put you guys on the right map. That would be helpful, probably.
Oh.
1 second.
This is what Rictavio is doing. He's moving us onto a new map. And
Yes. Yeah.
Consider it like that.
Rictavio is the game master.
Oh no.
It's a good name for a game master.
Rictavio.
You did that way better than I did.
Thank you. I can roll my R's. I'm proud of it. So
Rictavio.
Rictavio.
Yeah, I can't really do voices or anything like that.
I was gonna go pick up my little like shawl blanket thing. It is being thoroughly occupied by a small bundle of little clips.
Okay.
Just a sweep.
We are on the right map, I think.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, we are.
Oh man. Ha!
Put you guys where you want to be right now.
That is a big ass horse.
Yes.
Oh my god, is that a dire horse?
No, that's the size of a regular horse.
I can be
No.
that big.
Bo's a pony. He's a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Which is just like hilarious that Bo's got armor. Like,
Listen.
pony.
You'll
Has
grow
to
into it,
live.
okay?
He's
We
like
can do things now.
he's kind of like Bill the Pony from the Lord of the Rings.
No, he is. That is what is in my head.
Bo
and he
has
has
seen
more
some
hit
shit.
points than Hada. So
Hmm.
Bo has seen some shit, and he needs protection from said shit.
Because unlike Hana, he can't really fight back. Anyway.
Okay. So
But what if he could?
Let's train him how to do
Okay,
it.
never mind. That's a different conversation for a different day.
So there's kind of a weird symbol on the door. Shows you. The tower door is made of iron with no visible handles or hinges. In the middle of the door is a large embossed symbol, a connected series of lines with 8 stick figures set around it. Carved into the lintel above the door is a word, Kazan.
Dan.
Does any of this
Kazan.
look familiar?
No, not to you. Not to any of you, actually.
Wait.
You're silly.
All right.
Doesn't it look? No?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So after a few minutes, the door opens, but
You have Val standing there, like going like this.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
but it's not Rictavio that you see.
Who is it?
I will show you the picture. As soon as I find it.
I'm Rick's second long lost brother.
Turns out that they were triplets the whole time.
Here he is.
Well, they weren't twins.
I know. Why the shock?
So that means there's another one.
Another one.
All right.
One piece that doesn't list.
That's an old man.
Yes, an old man opens the door and he says, "Please come on in. You are welcome inside."
Do I know who this is? Do I have any
No,
recognition at all?
no, you guys have seen this.
Who are you, sir?
Well, you'll forgive me for previously meeting you under the bit of a disguise, but I am the same man that you know from as Rictavio.
Prove it.
That is so impressive. I just feel like,
I like how to wait. Prove it.
Astrid's going to ask him in Elvish, what is it that we talked about?
He tells you that they're getting.
We talked about him being a half elf and
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, I apologize for having to lie to you about my true nature previously, but I promise.
Does he
And then
still look like a half elf?
No,
Okay.
he looks like a human now.
oh, fantastic.
I kind of thought you were lying since your cat's name is only from like a location where you could get through traveling through the mist, and you said you never did that. So
You know,
Why would you disguise yourself as half elven, which would only draw more attention to you?
sometimes I find that when one is in disguise, being flamboyant distracts from who you truly are.
Why does everybody
I told
say that?
you.
Uh-huh.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Because if you're going to have the attention, you want to control what type of attention you gain.
Thank you, Astrid.
She is analyzing. She's very impressed, but also just like, okay.
is your
Are you
name
disappointed?
really
No,
Rictavio?
she's
No, actually,
Heather's slightly disappointed. Astrid
please.
is just like, okay, hold on.
I would invite you to come and be comfortable, but I understand answering questions in the door. My name is actually Dr. Rudolf van Richten.
Wait, I read about you in my kids' books. I didn't know you were real. Did you really fight like a werebear?
I have fought many monsters over the years.
Oh my
Yes.
god, really?
Yes.
We've got too many fangirls here.
Mhm.
Astrid's just gonna nod at him and go, I still owe you a story, but I think you owe me a few more now.
I have many stories. Yes, I do. So please, you're welcome to come in. You may use the lift.
I didn't know you were so old.
God.
Okay, I'm gonna be the last one in.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that nothing is outside that I need to be concerned about.
Absolutely. check one more thing here.
So I'm assuming Hans and Val will be the first in because they are just fangirling.
Astrid, when he invites them in again, Astrid will step in and then get out of the way and kind of take in a measure of.
I feel
What
like
was
Val would
the-
be like, "Did you really fight a giant crocodile? Did you?" Just like keep on like asking ridiculous questions that probably aren't true, but like we're in some kid.
Like half of them are true.
Yeah.
So, but
think Astrid
he's
will
very
actually-
amused by it.
She'll put her hand on Val's shoulder and say, we already were going to exchange stories. Perhaps he will actually tell us some of his adventures.
That'd be awesome.
I don't think I've ever seen you get excited about anything.
This is a real hero. We're talking to a real hero.
That's very kind of you to say. I don't know if I am very a hero, but anyways, you don't see anything outside that that looks weird or unusual or changes.
I'll find the nearest window and keep looking.
No, you don't be modest, sir. You're definitely a real hero.
Well, there's not any windows on this floor. The first set of windows is on the second floor.
Okay, wherever we get settled.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
find a window and wait.
Okay. So, he's good. Wrong one. Here we go. He says, "You must be very careful. By the way, if you do return, there's a trap on the door. I cannot get rid of it. Some sort of wizarding trap, but it is good. So, on the floor, in the first floor, the flagstone floor is strewn with debris, and a few old crates stand near the east wall. A torn curtain to the south partially obscures the tower vestibule. A 5-foot square indentation on the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the wooden ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues. He says he gets ready to step onto the plate, and he says, "It is very slow, but I will go up, and you can come in after me. It is why I did not bring Drusilla up here." Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he steps on the thing, and the statues start going brr, 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 and pulling it, and the little platform starts going.
So,
But it's really terribly slow. Like you can see.
Val just starts laughing because that's very comical.
so the accent that you are doing, Derek,
That I'm attempting to do German, but I sometimes will fall into other accents. So
is it an accent that Astrid has heard before in any
Yes.
places that she's been? Can she pinpoint where it is from? Because he had talked to her before about not originally being from here.
mhm.
I don't know if the way he's talking now matches what he had told her before.
It's- there's not really a place that you can connect it with. Only the accent is definitely not native Barovian,
Mhm.
and it doesn't sound affected, and it seems to be a natural accent from all the other places you've seen. Think
Okay.
about the multiverse. There's lots of accents. So
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's what it's been.
So how he is talking still tracks with him from not being originally from here.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I'm not trying to do the Romanian accent. So, okay, who's going to go? After a while, it comes down. The little platform comes down. So who wants to go up first?
Astrid
first?
will.
No, you can go. You can go find.
Astrid is also wanting to check things out. But
Okay.
does Val try to move towards the thing first?
She does, yeah, because she's
All
like
right. She'll let you go.
super
up.
excited.
All right. So here is where I have to say, as DM, I apologize for not being fully prepped. What I really wanted to do here is play elevator music while you guys went up the
Oh.
thing, but I didn't be able to get any. So
I'll just imagine the music from Fairly Modern Millie. It's fine.
yeah. So very slowly, Val starts going up the.
She'll take out a book.
Okay.
She will. That's beautiful.
All right. And eventually you go through 2 floors, which I'll read you descriptions of if you want. There's floor 2.
I don't think you need to read the description for
Okay.
that one.
They're pretty empty. So
Yeah.
or 3, and eventually you end up on the 4th floor. And I'll read the description of the 4th floor. Unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation. And though this place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it, which is on right now. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys which hang iron chains that support the tower's elevator platform. Are you all going to ride the little elevator? Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to leave Bo outside to talk with his friend Drusilla. And I will move you guys up here.
Well, I mean, Bo could probably come up.
Bo could fit on the thing, but
See that
he
poor baby.
prefers to graze. Besides, he kind of has a thing for Drusilla.
Oh, he likes
Well,
bigger
honey,
women.
she's a bit out of your league.
He likes taller women.
I mean, same. But most women are taller than me, so it works out.
All right. There we go. We are now at the top floor. Again, I must apologize to you for my deception, but as I'm sure you've well aware, there are many, many enemies in this thing, and there's one in particular who I'm sure would like my head. And
Does he reside in a place made of stone?
yes, the one in the castle. The nice thing about this particular tower, though it is a fellow of long disuse, is there is a magical barrier around it in which the magic does not work. So in here, if you are safe from nosy vampires who look at crystal balls to find where you are.
Oh, that's very clever of you.
Mhm.
Of course, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Helpful.
Well, I should not say that I am not the one who built the tower or enchanted it. I came upon it in my turn.
But you found it and realized how to use it, so.
I did. Thank you.
Emmerich is gonna like lean over to Astrid and go, "Vampires have crystal balls."
The devil has many ways of keeping track on what happens in his lands. I would not be surprised if one of them is a crystal ball.
Right. Oh, okay.
Astrid is going to find a place to just sit and like just ungracefully and like lounge. If she can do the weird like sideways with one leg up.
I'm sure you all must have very many questions.
Why are you here?
Well, I am here for 2 reasons. First, I wanted to know more about my about the ruler of this land. I had intended to come here first before I wrote my last book. However, it did not come that way, and it has already been published. But I will do further research. It is important, I think, to travel the land of the mist for the writings of my book, and of course to fight those who will who are evil. Though,
So you're here to fight evil.
well, as it tends to come to me these days, but yes, I seek both the righteous thing to do and knowledge on how to do it.
I think that's what we're doing too. So, right?
This is why I thought it safe to invite you here and reveal who I am, because if the devil, as you put it, knew who I was and where I was, he would surely have me killed. And though I have been hunting many of these years, I am older and not as spry as I once was. And I am no match alone for a creature as powerful as God.
I don't think anyone is a match alone with him. He's had too long to gather power and knowledge and all of, allies and such. But
this is very true.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
if we can count on your assistance, that will be helpful.
Also, I would like to know, in addition to just seeing, like, is there anything behind what he is saying? Does he know I'm in a disguise? Okay. That's cute. I've been rolling.
Your disguise is amazing. He could never see it. And he seems like he's a completely 100% on the up and up.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
What did you ask, Heather? Astrid, did you say something?
She was just saying, like, it would be nice if he's able to
He says, well,
team up with us.
I am very happy to provide you with advice.
You
And
are more experienced than I think all of us combined.
indeed.
Especially since we've all been in the same fights except for one, and she looks at Lilina.
You don't know.
You're right, I don't know. She looks at you, but not like how dare you, but she's kind of like, you're right, I don't.
I'm like pacing around the room looking out all the windows because there's way too many windows in this room.
Yes, there are lots of windows, lots of little windows. They're like arrow slits. They're not very wide,
That's
but they show.
why I'm checking off.
Yeah. I'm afraid that physically I'm not the man I once was to I would be just a I don't think I can travel with you to do such things. However, I will provide for you advice such I may have gathered over the years, and perhaps other assistance if I can lend it to you.
Do you have any advice on how to kill a vampire?
Yes, you must destroy it, and then the master vampire, such as this one would be, would become a mist when his body is destroyed, and then you must find it is where he sleeps, and you must drive a stake through the heart while it sleeps, and it will be destroyed. Of course, a wise vampire will have more than one place where it sleeps, so you must make sure you get that before it recovers enough to find you again. If you get to that point, that will be, I will be very proud of you.
I think we have a long way to go before we're able to do that, but hopefully we can.
Have you ever been to Mordant?
That is where I live, is Mordant.
Oh.
I was born in Darkon, as I did say, and I have now lived in Mordant. It is a nice town, and as lands of the Mist goes, it is not as oppressive as I would say as some realms are.
I've been told we might end up going there. If there's any advice you can give us, I'd appreciate it.
Yes. Well, it is a town, a seaport on the Sea of Sorrows, and that is a place of generally good-hearted people, but much as one might advise to not travel these village villages at night, one does not want to go on the moors of Mordant at night either. Most of the threats you will see there will be of the spiritual nature, ghosts and such. It is one of the reasons I wrote my second book, Richten's Guide to Ghosts, and which will be published later this year.
Oh.
But hopefully, Barovia will be open at that point where you can retrieve such things.
That would be nice.
Working on it.
I know.
What about Forlorn? Have you ever been there?
I have not been there at this time. It's a place that is. Derek's thinking for a second how to describe it.
Desolate forest.
Yeah. What'd you say? Desolate forest. Thank you.
Yeah.
It is a desolate forest with few anything positive amongst it.
Okay.
What time of day are we at now? With
it took about 2 hours to travel from Veloculum. We're in 2 hours, so it's like 3-ish in the afternoon. You are. He looks at Lillian and says, "You are very suspicious of me."
No. Why? What gave you that impression?
You will not settle.
I'm not worried about you.
That is wise, then. Yes. I promise you, though, this is a safe place I could think of in this Barovia because of the magical aura around it, or lack thereof, as it may be.
There are very few places he does not have his hand in.
Indeed, but I believe that his magical power does not reach in this small area.
Bless you.
And my proof of that matter is that I am not yet dead.
How long have you been here?
Yeah.
I have been here about 4 months. It is longer than I intended, but as you are, I am not available to leave either.
Question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Does this place feel like the other place I know of that is safe?
No, not at all. This, in fact, if you, it feels weirdly dead, like it's disconnected from any. I guess you all have magical powers, but it really feels like you cannot touch, like your magic has been shut off. You know, you wouldn't actually know until you cast something, but it really just has that kind of like the rest of the world has this spiritual nature, and here there's nothing.
Well, that doesn't make me feel any better.
I know.
I pace faster.
Okay.
I mean, I think Astrid's just gonna keep asking him just general questions, like what he's been up to, what he spent his time doing.
Okay.
Especially since he's been stuck.
Sure. So basically, he'll tell you that he has been here attempting to gather information on Strahd, and with mild and moderate stress and any other sort of people in Barovia that are aligned either with or against him for purposes. He's tried to that's mostly what he's been doing. He's just been doing slowly. He will admit that he once tried to penetrate the castle, but it was not a very successful thing, and he is lucky to have escaped with his life. And also, he will admit that. Actually, going with that, never mind. But he does tell Val that because he brings this up himself, that he wanted to mention that in his encounter with lycanthropes, some lycanthropes, you cannot cure the one that has been infected unless you kill the one that infected them first. It's not true of all of them, but in some cases it is. So she should keep that in mind.
Okay. Thank you.
When that's mentioned, I'll stop for a minute and get a beat on Val and then keep going.
Yeah, she obviously looks pretty distraught by that. Like her avid excitement about seeing Van Richten is just kind of like,
yeah. Well, he waits for a while.
Don't meet your heroes, okay?
Because she's like almost gathered all the ingredients.
Yeah.
We'll kill every werewolf if we have to.
Except my brother.
Well, no.
In order to cure him.
That's not what I meant. I'm gonna keep walking.
I think.
Light tapping on the shoulder. It's okay.
She nods. She appreciates.
Yeah. So, but I approve of your group's desire to gather more information and allies, perhaps, and such more experience before you take on the positive part of when you go alone. It is easier to be not seen than it is as a group, even though you lack the power to do so.
When did you try to infiltrate?
When I first came here.
So you tried to infiltrate and have stayed alive for 4 months.
Yes.
Did you go in your Tavio disguise?
No, I had a different one.
Okay.
What was
How many
it?
different disguises do you have?
As many as I need.
Do you know who I am?
Well, there are 6 of you. 4 or 5 of you. That was Derek. Yeah.
But Regis is there. He could count.
Yeah. So I've assumed that it is the same 5 of you each time. Other than that, I had not particularly. Well, let me say this: in my experience, there are groups sometimes that gather together to slay evil, and it is not always the best to try pry deeply into their backgrounds. At least not at first. not without their willingness to help. That is how you find friends and do not offend them by peering too closely when you do not know them well. Yes.
Interesting, interesting. Clever answer.
Have you interacted with the Vistani before?
Oh, many times. Many times. Do you want to give me an insight roll, Astrid?
If I can reach my dice, then yes. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have an eclipse curled up as a baby in my arm right now.
Uh-huh.
We can't see, and that's a shame.
I see her little head. It blends in with your shirt.
Yeah, he's like right.
Or sorry,
He's like right.
Oh, I can't see it, but I appreciate that he's there.
That
Oh,
was
you
a
baby.
21.
Okay. His response to that is a obviously he has interacted with. He's telling the truth about he interacted with him, but it doesn't seem to have been always a positive interaction.
Okay. She doesn't say anything. She just like cocks an eyebrow at him and just nods.
The Vistani are unusual people that, no offense, but hard to understand and not share their secrets with an outsider like me.
That is very true.
It surprises me that you have come to, what is the word, associate with Giorgio's? Is that the right word? It is interesting. It is one of the things that intrigue me most.
Well, do you know much about Mother Night?
I am familiar with it. There are, like many of the gods worshipped in the Misty Lands, you will find people who do worship her in a, who are on your side and those who are not.
She came to me when I was little. And I have tried to learn about her and follow her, and at one point she directed that I would need to go find some friends in order to rid this world of, or this land of, the devil, and these are who she led me to. We've not known each other long, but it has been. She looks very serious and like looks at each one of them and goes, "These are the only Giorgios I've had any type of functional relationship with, and I would say they probably know me better than most anyone except for two of my cousins and my mother and uncle."
It's a very interesting story.
I am not.
I appreciate you sharing it with me.
The Vistani are they're their own category of people within this land, and I am my own within them. I am a I am I am half and half elf, and I do not. I've learned some of the elf ways, but I was not raised under them, and so I am the product of who my parents were.
Well, you will understand. Thank you for sharing that. I will tell you that what set me on this path that I am on now, or have been on for some time, is that my beloved son was killed and transformed into a vampire, and I had to destroy him. And it was searching after his the vampire that turned him, that led me down this path. And at first, and probably in the books that Valentina has read, I mostly started hunting vampires, but I have discovered that there are many other supernatural evils that are true in these lands. And I have spent my life fighting them with friends and allies, and many of them who have not made it this far.
Sorry.
Mm.
That's sad. Is
It
there
is, and I do not wish to have too many more like that. I'm getting old and my heart cannot handle it anymore.
have you ever encountered a cure for vampirism? And she'll look at Emmerich when she says that.
He's like,
As soon as she asked, he like straightened up.
he's like, no, there is no cure. The only cure is to destroy the beast. Then, if it has a soul that is willing to be returned, and you have the powerful magics that may bring back the dead, that may return your friend, if he has been turned. I do wish I would have known that when my son died, but I wouldn't have had access to it regardless.
This magic, do you know anyone who practices it? The abbot, for example, in Kretz, do you know anything about him?
He's a very mysterious figure. I do not know. I have not interacted personally with him, but based on the stories I have heard, he is not necessarily a man to be trusted. I do not know what his secret is. There are so many secrets, but I do not trust it. I have also heard that he has this power to bring the man from the dead back to life. And I know no other in this land that can do that on their own.
Have you heard of him doing it before, and what happens to the people involved with it?
I have, well, when people die, they and I only know this from having talked to ghosts, yes. But when people die, often their spirits are trapped, waiting to come back again. And if one is brought back, I have seen a number of friends brought back from the death, and their minds were never quite right again. That they were, that something about the period of death has driven them or
Astrid
upset them.
side-eyes Lolina saying this.
So, and
Lena
also
is not
I have
attention.
seen the beckoning back with powerful magics not work. I've been told by some that the spirit, the soul itself, has to be willing to come back.
Okay. Thank you. Hans will very pointedly distract herself for a second. Yep.
Info dump episode.
Yeah.
And we all get depressed by said info dump.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Barovia. 'Cause, 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 'c I go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the question is if our plan is to spend the night here or to continue on to the winery. I don't know how far the winery is from here.
Give me a second, and I'll tell you. So,
Because if we decide to stay, Astrid's probably just gonna spend the rest of the time just asking questions about like his different adventures and swapping stories and doing, but a lot more lighthearted and storytelling embellishment rather than actual information gained.
come on.
I don't know if you guys can see, his eyes are like right here.
It's about an hour and a half walk to the winery from here.
Okay.
If that is brought up in discussion, Lalena's pretty adamant on not staying.
Okay.
Well, if you guys want to talk about that in character, feel free.
I don't know if any of you have noticed
What?
how dead this area feels.
Well, he said it doesn't allow magic.
Right.
And Rick looks around for like spirits, like what?
Nope, you see no spirits.
Is A around?
Nope.
When Lelina, when you point that out, she's gonna do her little cue to see, and then be like, "Oh, yeah, we should go to the winery." I think we should go to the winery, and she'll just like stand up, like.
This may be a safe spot. This may be a safe spot in some circumstances, but today I don't feel comfortable doing so.
I don't feel safe either. No offense.
Oh, none taken. I very much understand. You do it, but I do have a gift that I do not know to help with your current adventure, as it were. But I do have something for show my goodwill to you. And then he goes over and he goes to his goes to his chest and he says, "Do any of you do you use the crossbow?"
Astrid does.
I don't, but I could.
Well, then he opens this chest and he gets out 2 vials.
I lied.
And 5 crossbow bolts. These crossbow bolts are silvered. They have silver on them.
Oh,
and then
she'll take that, yeah.
Yeah, and then these this water has been blessed by the goddess Ezra, the Lady of the Mists, and can be used to negatively affect both demons and the undead.
Sorry, I'm trying to type the things in. I'm gonna need you to repeat what the vials do. What?
They're holy water. 2
Holy
vials of
water.
holy water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 vials of holy water and then 5 silver.
5 silver bolts. Yeah.
Does anyone else want the holy water, or should Astrid hold on to it for now?
Just hold on to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say either you or Emmerich make the most sense. So.
Okay.
Let me see.
I don't know what it would do to me if
I think Astrid will give one to Emmerich and
Since you're Strahd.
And then she'll take the crossbow bolts. So Emmerich, if you want to put 1 vial of holy water, she'll give you 1.
Well, I mean, I can make holy water.
Oh, well then she'll keep them.
You need silver to make it, though?
Yes. Do we have silver?
No.
Yeah.
I've got
We
a
had a
pound
silver
of it.
jewelry box.
I got a pound of
You
it
sold
all
it, didn't
ground
you?
up.
No,
You have a pound.
You got
wait,
silver money?
No. You have a pound of ground up silver?
Yeah, but I need that for my brother.
Yeah.
You're right. Damn it.
Do you want a vial of holy water?
The druids might have some.
You should hold on to it.
Okay. Alright. So I'll take the things and Thank you. This
Soon.
will be hopefully helpful.
You're very welcome. And
Did you bring these with you? Oh,
yes,
bye.
I do not go places without being very well supplied, and I have friends, and I also dabble a bit myself in everything that needs to be dabbled in, So you'll find that the silver is not as uncommon on other lands, and but they're still very useful against certain creatures of the night.
Such as.
Such as the aforementioned some of the Walking Dead and many of your lycanthropes, other shapeshifters, as well as fiends and devils and demons and such.
I wonder why it's been outlawed here.
It
I'm
does
just gonna
not
like
surprise me.
grab one of the silvered bolts just to see what happens.
No, nothing happens to you.
Oh god. So he's like visibly relieved.
Oh, baby.
Because he like tried to do it slyly, but then he's like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Asher
just
just
looking straight
looks
at him.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just like kind of questioningly, I can't do the one eyebrow raise. I'm gonna say Asher can, but do like a one eyebrow, like, you okay? Just face at him.
It's fine.
Hansa's separation anxiety is kicking in, so we should go to the winery.
Oh my god.
This is like the safest place. We can't be here because I can't see my ghost
Yep.
spirit
Yep.
guide.
Yep.
It's what each person considers as safe. Like for Astrid, it's like, all right, I can't really connect with Mother Night, sure, but the person who is after us can't get to us either. This is great, and everyone
can't
else
see
is like,
us.
Need to
no.
be right back, actually.
Okay. Heather, Val, do you have any update from?
No, I haven't gotten anything from my husband yet, so I don't
Okay.
know what's going on. He predicted 9:30, but he said he'd let me know. And
Okay, because this would be a good time to pause. That's why I was like,
yeah, I mean, we can. I'm assuming it's going to be soon, so if this is a good stop point,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
As long as everyone else is, obviously.
Yeah.
So you guys wait a little bit. We'll pause here, and if we're all still around when Heather Val gets back, we can resume for tonight or resume next time, if that's okay with everybody. That's fine too.
Yeah, because like my husband, like the train station's literally like 10 minutes away, so I don't know when he's gonna text me. He probably forgot
okay.
I have game tonight. Like that's
Okay,
standard
well,
for him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then let's wait for Rachel to get back. And actually, we probably could do like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of more of role play. So it'd be good.
As we're leaving, I'm gonna be the last out the door. I don't want the others to hear, so I'm just gonna turn around quietly and look to him and say, in your travels, watch out for the flies. And I hope not to get a response back.
He looks at you a little quizzically, but nods.
Before they leave, Val asked him to sign a book.
Oh my gosh.
That makes Emmerich smile.
Yes, he unfortunately doesn't have any of his own books with him, but he will sign a book for you.
Awesome.
He's rather embarrassed by it, but he does.
Aw. So
Going
like
on my character sheet.
So I think we're heading to the winery then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna be right back super quick.
if we need to take like a couple minutes, if people need to use the bathroom or anything.
Yeah, I just need to go to the restroom real quick.
Okay, let's take 5 minutes, quick break, then we'll come back for the rest.
Ugh.
I'm not just doing this, it like straightens out my shoulders a little bit when I put my arms back.
Or no, I got that. I've been
Yeah.
having like some tight shoulder issues lately. You know what helps a lot? Have you tried like heating your back and then like rolling
Yeah.
on a tennis ball against the wall?
No, I've not.
Because I don't know what
That
your
sounds,
so I get knots in my back a lot
I do too.
from like just being a
Mhm.
stressful mess. And when you heat it up and then you do the roll.
All right, so we're back, but actually not.
Haha, got you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the whole page for a while, but we are going to stop for tonight, and we will see you guys probably after New Year. So take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Holidays.
Bye.
Bye.